Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another day of Monday practice with Reverend Jorge. Yes, today is Monday, and it's another day, another time to celebrate, to practice, to learn, to enjoy ourselves, into deepening into our different exploration of wonderful experience on discovering Monday practice, spiritual practices. I know when we think about spiritual practice, we always say it's meditation or it's mantras or yoga or prayer. But there are also many other types of spiritual practice that I'm trying to discover and bring it here to all of you, and so that we can have different types of tools that we can use at any moment of our days, of the many moments of our lives, so that we can return to that presence, that essence that we are, and we reconnect so that we can break our ego's ideas or ego's program, so that a way that we can be more loving, more active, and more and the proactive, and more connected with the essence, so everything flows a little better and better. So welcome everyone, and I see some already start to say hello in the chat. So here we have Krista Luff. Wonderful to be here. Good evening. Good evening, Krista. Good to see you here. And we have as well Sharon. Sharon, that you never fail. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for all your support. Good evening, friends. And it's a so and this is a wonderful experience. So for this Monday, we I'm trying always to relate with the Sundays and talks, and the theme of the year, and for Create 11 Fellowship, and as well for the uh, the theme of this of the month, which this time is giving and receiving, the art of giving and receiving. This beautiful experience, and so this is the way we are going to celebrate that. And so I was kind of inquiring to myself, inquiring to God, inquiring to the Spirit, to love. It's like, what will we connect with the giving and receiving? And I found myself breathing deeply, breathing deeply. And sometimes the answer is not coming with a voice or a specific message or a billboard who show up to say that. Although the billboard show I was breathe. So this time we're going to do a breathing and breathing exercise. So we're going to breathe. Why? Why? How it connects with the giving and receiving? Breathing is actually the only action or the function of our bodies that we have um, interaction. We have a relationship. I don't want to say control, but it's because we don't have totally control, but we have it can interact. We can breathe quickly. We can slow and slow breathing, and also breathing tell us or help us to feel and to be aware of our feelings and be aware of our thoughts and be aware of our emotions. So through breathing is that kind of there's a relationship of giving and receiving, because every relationship is always giving and receiving. We always in permanent relationship with God because we are one. We are in plenty relationship with everything in this universe because all is God. So we are in plenty relationship. And breathing is that way that we, through our bodies, that we are experiencing God Himself through us as our bodies, as this expression, a beautiful expression that we are. So this is that we go. So breathing is that giving and receiving, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And it's also connected with the sense of abundance, because we are that connected with that abundance of air, abundance of space that we have always around us. We never have feeling any scarcity of air, right? You, since you were born, you have been breathing. And yeah, I mean, some people say, well, I'm under the water. Yeah, maybe, but it's but always breathing is there. So that's just a connection with God. That's just a connection of giving and receiving, and connecting with Reverend Sherwood, with saying that, and the more that we give, the more we receive, and that's breathing. if we can take a big air, a space of air, and as well we can take a short one. So that's the point. And talking about Robin Sherry, I can see her message. It say, Robin saying good evening with a beautiful heart. And we have somebody else that I don't understand the language. Maybe it's a robot. So this is going to be our um, our practice for this time. So before we go into the practice, I will like to invite you, all of you, to support Creative Living Fellowship and this space that she is supporting with all these online activities that we have during the week. So you can take come to Sunday service. We have Monday practice. We have Tuesdays connections, which is an excellent time. We have every midday and Arizona time, a midday meditation, and we have events, classes that always support. So one way to give and to receive is to sharing our gifts. So I invite you to support us by using our PayPal link or by texting your donation. So the information is in the chat. You will see it in the comments down there. So I really invite you. And at the same time, it will be nice if you give us a thumbs up or and a like and I leave a comment. I always read them and I would like to respond and I would like to read you, all of you. So that's just the time for me. So we are getting close to the time to meditation. So for this practice, we're going to breathe, as I said, and it's going to be accompanied by a graphic that I have. And so that inhale is said inhale and exhale. So take it when you are inhaling, take the circle expand and expand. The idea is that you follow with your body and your lungs and your stomach, all of that. So take all the air you can. So don't take it like at the beginning. Just be loving and very expressing with that, expanding, expanding, expanding. So when you can reach all your, basically you feel your thorax and your abdominal area full, and then we go and exhale. And when we empty our bodies of all the air, so it just go down. If any thoughts show up, just bring them, loving, embrace them, and let it go. Take your time to breathe, take your time to enjoy this time, because if we practice this, and we're going to do for the whole month, so we're going to get better and better to connect our brains with our hearts through our breathing. This practice is actually come from the Heart Math Institute, which allow us to synchronize our heart's energy with our mind through our breathing. So that's is we the the more we practice and the longer we practice, we actually align ourselves with God, and it's a great excellent practice to do it during the day, and so you can reach out and use it on the time. So um will we start? Okay. Let me start with the music. Uh, and then I move into the graphic. And here, inhale. It's in Spanish. Inhala. Exhala. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, the circle represents your thorax and abdominal area. So contract and expand. Contract and expand. And that is 10 minutes of breathing. I know it's a wonderful experience. I know it's very difficult sometimes for many, because although breathing is natural for our bodies, it's all there, it's always natural. To put attention, to get all our attention, our centering of breathing, sometimes it's difficult because we're trying to control. That's the point, control, instead of be in the flow, which is this is the giving and receiving of the exercise of breathing. So sometimes we ask to the universe, but we want to control. It's like breathing. So we sometimes we just want to receive, but we want to control. Instead of just jumping into the flow, jumping into be in the flow with breathing. So every time you breathe, every time we take your attention to breathing, try to don't control, trying to enjoy it. And that's why when we just following this time of breathing and inhale and receiving in this rhythm that the circle, the S verb was showing us, it's not just to control it, it's just to learn to synchronize with that breathing that allow us to our hearts take position and unifying with our heads, with our minds, so that we can be in alignment and we can hear more and more the heart. And when we hear more the heart, we are able to bring new ideas, to give birth new ideas, new thoughts, new concepts that we haven't thought. Because our minds is just always remembering, always connecting, always remembering the past. Our heart is here and right now. So that's why all this month we're going to do this simple exercise, breathing, and have an alignment with our breath and with our sense of giving and receiving, giving, receiving air, and giving all cells of life. That's the point. That's the point with this practice. And Flannery came and like during the middle of the say and say, so all we are on Facebook. Seems like. So I'm glad. So in that way you can leave a message and comment on the comments of the box of Facebook, making a like or to make give a heart. So we know that you are looking at us and you are experienced with us this Monday practice with me, with Reverend Jorge. So again, thank you all of you, and we're going to experience that. I really would love to hear from you. If you want to write something right now in the chat, I will open the chat for you, and expecting to some comment, and hopefully we can read you. If no, don't be shy and leave a comment down there. Thank you, Ryan Sherry. I love it. Yeah, I love it too. It's a wonderful experience. It's wonderful. And if you recall and look at your body right now, you probably feel more relaxed, more without any tension. Any other comment that you want to share, everyone? So today we just did 10 minutes. The idea or the ideal is do 15 minutes or maybe 20. I know it's hard, but it's also to help us to train to be in meditation, in silent meditation. So hopefully you like it. And if you're interested in the music, the song is actually from the movie The Theory of Everything. From Johan Johansson is the composer, and the song called Force of Attraction. So it's actually a beautiful song, and I think it was matched perfectly with this sense of giving and receiving, the force of attraction. Sharon say, I'm here and in the here and the now. Exactly. That's where we are. That's where the present time is. That is why we are enjoying this time here. Ah, my breathing is so fluid, this inflammatory. Yes, that's the exercise. Because when we lose the control, when we trying to avoid the control in something that is so mechanical in sometimes our bodies, but we bring the attention, we release and we learn to be in the flow. So when we are in the flow, in this giving and receiving, in this relationship with God, everything flows better. Everything flows more fluid, like Flannery said. You want the name of the in the comments? Absolutely. So the song It calls The Forces of Attraction by Johansson. It's a Swedish guy. I love his music and I'm very big fan. And it's coming from the theory of uh, everything soundtrack. I mistake here. Everything soundtrack. Track. I love that song. I love that song. So and for the every Monday that we're going to do the same exercise, but as I tell you, we're going to increase the time. So I started today the 10 minutes. The idea is to go to the 15 to the 20 minutes, and because that's what a really profound practice, and you will see the results, and not just the relaxation, not just the fluidity, but a sense of connection and a sense of really connected with the universe that always is in action, in movement, in transformation, which one's give one's receive, and always is equal, because remember, giving and receiving is the same. So, and this is for me tonight. It's just a few short minutes, but maybe next time we're going to be a longer. So thank you everyone to be here tonight, and I'm very pleasure you stay here, and I will see you next Monday to breathe more. So thank you, everyone, and I see you next Monday.